All right, check 1, 2. What's going on, Griff? How you doing, buddy? Oh, you driving him? All right. I'll give you a minute here. We'll see if anybody else kind of drops in here, but I'll just start here. All right. So, what happened last? Let's just do a quick review, right? Yesterday, before the open, I said if 7,500 to 7,509 holds, we would look for rotation again up to 7,539, and that the market wants to trade 7,578. Right? Yesterday's lows were exactly 75.09, pretty much. Hit 39, we closed over 39. That opened 75.78. 75.78 was the exact top tick of yesterday. Beautiful, right? And so far, the market is just rotating. Very familiar with this rotation. 7,500, 539, 75.78. Right? We've done this for weeks. There's midpoints here, right? Last night, those two in between levels were actually the high and low of the session, right? 75.58, 75.19 and a quarter. Look what it is. 75.19 and a quarter is the low of the overnight session. 75.58 was the high in Asia, right? So our levels are always bang, 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 right? Because we know how the market trades, right? With me? So what is the market trying to do? Well, push down here this morning again. They want to bid 75.39. The key for them is to get the daily close for 75.78. They are trying to trade 75.97. It's important for them to trade it. People will say 7,600. That's fine. Our level is 75.7. Now, previously, when we've come in there into 75.97 to 76.07, typically we see a lot of supply come into the auction. We will see bulls can get this up here. Done 3 days of rotation here, right? Tuesday went to 68, 10 points shy, sold off. Yesterday we tagged 78 and a quarter perfectly, sold off. Last night, another rotation up to 75, 78 here this morning. Just got shy tagging it, sold off. So it's very obvious that the market agrees with us about 75, 78. It's just a matter of what's bulls going to be able to do, right? That's the key. There's nothing wrong with fading 75, 78 until the market can get the close over it, and put the bid there, right? They have to bid it, right? It's very, very important. We will see how we open here this morning. We got 15 minutes left before the open. Are we going to push up closer to the level? The ideal scenario for the bulls is to get this thing back over 58 into 68, right? And get this open 75, 78. Traditionally, in the last 2 days, we've had to rip our way from 7500s all the way. And we get to 75, 78, we just tire out, right? There's nothing left to buy, right? So in these situations, what I'm always looking for is, do we have a tighter open to the highs that the market is trying to push through, right? This is the very important thing to know. How do they open the auction, right? If this thing keeps selling down and we sell all the way down to like 39 before, well, you could see some lower pressure week into 29 or 19 again. But if try to keep the bid on here and kind of open this thing over 58 and try to get this thing in towards like 68 here for the open, well, they're going to take a run at 78, and it's pretty obvious that that's what the action is going to be, right? So I don't want to fight that. See, once we get into the hit 78, what the tape looks like. It would just be bring it up, sell it off, right? Bring it up to sell it off, bring it up to sell it off, bring it up to sell it off. So sorry, say that again. Why 78.25 and not 82? It's not 82. Look at the level. It's 78.25 to the tick. That's the level, right? Right. No. No, it's 78.25, right? So we go from 7,500 to 78.25. What's the next leg up? It's to that 76.56, right? And that's where pretty much all-time highs are sitting, right? So just like when we went from 74.22 and we held, looked below, held. Where was the target rotation? 7,500. That's our macro level, yearly level, right? We struggled to get there, struggled to get over it. They sold 90, they sold 95, they sold 90, they sold 95 for a week, got over it. What did that? That triggered the rotation up to 75, 78. Look where yesterday's highs were to the tick, 75, 78. So it's just all in rotations. And right now we're getting these 2-day rotations every day, right? So we do have big range here in the market, like big daily swings, which aren't good, right? I don't like going straight up, straight down type of thing. It's not good for our trading, right? We like good kind of like balanced two-way auction, right? That's what we want. Because when the market just opens and takes off, we don't get retested levels, right? So like we close over levels and it may tap at once and set and take off and set up, but then we don't get retracement to actually get an entry for how we enter trades on our levels. So these big directional, V bounds and A-shaped rejections, it's not good for us, right? I hate FOMO trending price action. It sucks for us, but hey, man, is what it is. Yep. Guys who like that 1 minute, chart trading breakout stuff, they can make money in that market. It's not for us. But when we go into chop and rotate, like rotational price action, we thrive on that shit, right? So we murder it, and they're just only looking for trending price action. Yeah, they get destroyed. So, and thankfully, the market doesn't trend that much, right? Like we don't get buy days and sell days like straight OTF auction like that much. So that's good for us, right? The majority of the days we like to, have a balanced two-way auction, but the last few days here have been very aggressively bid directional tape. So that sucks for us, open and drive at the open, right? Reclaim the level, tap it, and just fucking see you later. It is what it is. So it is what it is. You can try continuation setups in that sense, right? But it's totally up to the trader. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I answered that. I just wasn't quite sure if I'm answering the actual question or not. I'll have to ask. I'll ask him there. I'll ask him. Sometimes I don't know if I'm actually like answering the question. I try to do my best, but if I don't answer the question, then I need everybody. Yeah, or just say no, that wasn't it. Can you elaborate on that? So yeah, we'll see what happens here today. As soon as we got to 78 there, you can see on the news where we got an 8:30 news pop and then just everyone short. So we'll see. Ideally, if this pulls back, if the bulls really want to get serious, I'd like to see 48.25 hold, right? If we pull back into it here right now and see if it actually holds, right? We could trade 39, no problem. But I would just want to see if this pullback to the top of our trading range actually holds. And then we'll see if it rotates back up towards 68 off it. So that's the first thing I'm going to be watching here in about 10 minutes. How 48 trades, and we'll just see what happens. All right. Any questions? You good? All right. Dude. I was hoping they would do a July 4th sale. I think Tradeify's got 40% off or something like that right now. So it's worth having a look at Tradeify as well, if you want. With me? Yeah, dude. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was a total rhythmic error. I sent them all the trade logs. Everything checked out. Everything was Gucci. There was no effect to my balance whatsoever. It was just a rhythmic, weird lockout. They resolved it and actually gave me a free reset credit whenever if I ever need to use it. So my account was fine. It was unaffected. It was just locked out, triggered a daily loss limit, which obviously never occurred. And yeah, they made it right. I mean, I couldn't trade that certain account for the rest of the day, but the account itself was fine. There was no, like I said, yeah, yeah, it was a flat account. So I'm just like, why can't I trade this? This is what's going on here. So, but no, I just pulled the trade logs from Rhythmic, and I pulled them side by side with all the other accounts. And I said, look, here's the trade logs, right? Everything checks out. This account's taking the exact same fills as these other accounts, right? They're the exact same. Why is this? Why are all my other accounts Gucci, right? And this account says it has a daily loss, and it doesn't. Nothing makes sense. And then they said, "Oh, you must not understand how the daily loss limit works." And I was just like, "Of course I understand. This is all I do, right?" I'm like, "Look at the trade logs I sent. Every account is fine, but this one, it doesn't make any sense. It locked me out when I was flat, when I was break even on the day. Like, what's going on?" They resolved it. I mean, they didn't really have to do anything. The day closed. I just couldn't trade that account for the rest of the day, and then the lockout just comes off at Asia Open, and then they gave me a free reset credit if I ever needed it. But there was no order or anything that triggered it. The account was fine. Yeah, yeah. So they were good. Yeah, that's why I say stick to your guns, right? Right. If something's weird, but that was the first thing I've ever had with Tradeify where something kind of went weird. But they, yep, yep. If you're in the right, you're in the right. The trade logs are there, right? Just pull up the trade logs, right? Trade logs never lie. Don't pull up the trade logs from Sierra. Pull up the trade logs from Rhythmic. So yeah, they handled. It took them a while to get back to me, right? It took them about like 2 hours, hour and a half. But once they got back to me, we figured it out. But I stuck to my guns. I didn't ask for anything. I'm just like, I just want to trade this account. Just like unlock it, man. Like, why is it locked? Makes no. They couldn't do anything. They had to wait till the market closed, but then they just gave me a free reset credit. Whatever. That's cool. Yeah. So yeah, same here. All right, buddy. All right, guys. I'll be back here in 6 minutes. There's our powwow ready to go. Have a good day. See, we're pushing here over 58 here already. Here, the last 7 minutes, seeing up to 60, 68. Gonna be a strong open, like I said. All right, I'll be back here in a few minutes. All right, folks. Go a couple minutes away, about 2.5 minutes away to go here. Okay, so like I said, we just closed over 58 here. Yes. I think we push up to 58 here. I'm not ruling out here a touch into, well, we'll see if 30,000 here trades on Q. Q goes, take a look at 15, 20 minutes because it's very ill liquidity. I watch the ES and I see what levels the NQ actually coming down to 80. So if we go all the way down to 39 on the yes, you know, I could pull us down 29,880. Everything revolves around the ES here. Right? Just waiting here now. Let's have a good session here. Need to wait. Ideally here at the open here, I'd like to test a 48.25 here on the yes here, and we'll see what it looks like. Stays heavy into it, then we'll give it. Great. Coming into 30,080 here right now. NQ barely moves. Let's see what happens here. Everyone's ready to go. Heck yeah. Let's go. Get yesterday's lows here right into just below 1,008. See how they bid come down to it, but we just hit 30. Perfect. Let's see what happens here. 30 seconds. See how we let's see how we open here. All right. Got some bid support there at around 51.5 or 54. Let's just see how. Here we go. And we're open. Open under 58. Some open drive. We see some resistance here on 58. Try to sniff in. Let's see what happens. There we go. Q into yesterday's close. We'll see if it gets down to 29. Go 29. There it is. Tagged it. Let's see further here into 980. $7:30. Well, it's 9:30 Eastern. Well, no. I mean, yeah. I mean, we just opened right now. I would on Sierra. I would disconnect and reconnect. I always check my system clock because I use the countdown timer and then I compare it to my system clock. All right, there we go. Hit 29 there on the. There we go. What did I tell you? 29. Below it, immediately bid. Almost got to 40 there in the. No movement there. Movement on the ES. Like I said, right? You think you'll move 100 points in the first 2 seconds here. ES barely budges. Back over 58 here, so we'll see at the first 5-minute auction over 58. Here we go. Bye, 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 bye. Yep. We'll see. Oh, good. Now we'll see what happens here. We'll have the usual fights here in Q into the open print, but the open print right on our 30,000. It's not surprising that they opened it right there. Let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens. What do we got? AM factory orders. Good. All right, here come the bids. There we go. Rip into 68. Open and drive. Okay, open and drive. So they'll force us into 68. We might rip into 78 here in the first 15 minutes here. But we'll watch here 60 to see if supply starts coming in. Everyone will short here into overnight highs. It's also yesterday's highs into our 78.25. So you'll find everyone's going to see it on the tape here. Just understand how retail trades. See them. In our system, 68 can't bid. That gives us a path back down to 39. So there's nothing wrong with looking for the short into if it sets up. I always like to give the bulls the opportunity here to push it up to where they're really trying to get to. So let's just see how this. 2 minutes to go in the open 5. See how we close. Good morning to anybody watching on YouTube. I don't know. I had no idea. Person. Nope, no viewers. That's okay. Giving you guys the best order flow education, live tape reading you could ask for. Soon people will find this place. Holy moly, this guy knows what's up. All right, let's go. There's 68. Let's see if we close over 8, 30,080 here. NQ. Got about a minute to go for the first auction. Looking pretty decent here. We built some good, decent volume around NQ there at 80 through 65. And we're bidding there into around 62, 64 here on the E's here. So let's just see what happens. Let's see if they try to sell the first push here. There's your sellers there into 68. All right. Slowly, the tape is starting to come alive. Yeah, decent. Sellers are coming in here around 66 and a half. You see them as right. Same with NQ here, right into our 130. Just see if it pushes past here. More supply on the NQ there into 75 there. See if we can't break out of this. If we stay strong here, there's our first close. Pretty strong candle, right? Deep close above our 58. We'll see if we get back a retest here. We might not. We might one time frame and drill this thing right to 78. These opens haven't been going our way, and that's fine. We don't really like the open, but it's just been open, boom, 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 and zero pulls, right? Open and just ram it up. And breakout buyers here at the open continue to get. So hopefully not. Hopefully we pull back and get a test. There you go. No bid there into 68. See how we put that bid in there? Looked above the level there. A little bit of weakness, but it's very early. Still very, very early. We start offering here below 64-ish here, 64, 63 here. You might see a little push lower here because it's fairly top heavy, but we'll just see if they keep it bid from there as well, right? That's where kind of bid support is here, 63, 64. Just made new highs right there. A little bit of luck, see what the tape looks like. Good buying coming in highs here. We'll see if it's enough to move. Or we get a good close setup. Maybe we get a red close here off of 68. It might give us a short setup. We'll see. Right now, it's just buy. Let's drop there to NQ right to our 30,080 that we reviewed. Right, we just tapped it just above it immediately. Okay. So might set up 80 right now. We got a long trigger there rated 9, but again, that wick went right to where our stop. Or that if we return in that area. There we go. New highs there. Right to 73. Now, this is where supply started all yesterday afternoon. As soon as we got to 73, 74, this is where all supply started. Left. That's where the highs of the over are. This is where selling started on the push, right? So now we watch. And the bulls put a bid here at 68. And this is going to be key here. This next auction. Just look for refreshing positioning today. Hey, guys. Bum, bum, bum. Go rejection. Literally to the tick. See what happens. Push all the way back down to 58. Now remember 64, 63 is where your little bid support is here right now. We'll see if we offer bid in or offer into it. We'll see if the bids hold or push back down and come. It's 50. Market loves to run stops here at the open. Loves to jerk it both ways. This is why we trade the open 30 minutes. Both sides. Oh, it's going out. Buy the breakout. Oh no, it's going down. It's all the breakdown. Happens every day, man. There we go. Right to 29 there on NQ. Right back down to go test that level. Explained. See if we pull up off it. Go perfect wick touch. Anything to it. And close here, and that'll be our first 10-minute bar. Straight up, straight down. Bit more pronounced here on the NQ than the ES. ES has a relative better looking chart this couple days compared to the you continue to try to break down. This has been on a mission here to get 78 bid. Seconds to go on the close. Let's see what happens. Probably going to close this thing right on 68, and they're going to bid it the second this fucking... Watch this. Watch this close. 3, 2, 1. Ah, what I tell you. It's like clockwork, man. You just know what they're going to do. Let's see if they bid it right away here. We'll look for the breakout buyers here into 73 if that's the case. Here they go. What'd I tell you? $73. Now remember, talked about. I may set up for a long here. Nice 3-bar long here on 68 here. If we are able to close this level and hold it and give us a good test close here. So we barely closed above it, retesting the level here right now to see if it's going to hold. We're going to expect all kinds of supply here into 73. Be a tough area, man. Everyone's just going to short. Let's see what the bulls got here. Big day for them, right? We're opening right up into 78. Contextual shift, right? Before we'd have to claw our way back up from 7,500. Here, we're right there. Watch the breakout buyers here at 73 on the ES. Watch the tape here. 73, 74. Look how much buying's going on. They're all buying it. Barely able to move it. 1,700 contracts here coming in here trying to pound the tape. Look at it. And it died. Like nine contracts bid into the new high. See if they can bid here past 73. It's important here. There we go. There we go. Look at them coming in here now. Breakout. Let's see how far they can push it with this. There we go. 78 coming here. There we go. All right. All right, here we go. Strong open here, guys. Now, like I said, the market is trying to get to 75.97 here today. If this thing closes over 78, look out, man. They're able to bid it. It's going to go, right? Or going to reject hard here. Hang on a sec, guys. I gotta mute myself here. Give me 2 seconds. All right, we're back. Sorry, I had to make some noise there. So there we go. We got our push above 78. This is the look above. We found sellers there rating to 82. Same with into so big decision time here for the market. Oh my god, are you serious? We closed the candle right on 78. This is really annoying me, man. So we close right on 68 bid, close right on 78.25 bid. One time frame and up. They're not making these closes easy, right? They've been doing this like the last 2 weeks. They closed it right on our levels exactly. It's like we don't buy breakouts or continuation candles, but it makes it very difficult to make any types of decision. Now you do have a long setup there sitting right at 68. It's not my favorite type of long setup, right? Because we barely closed over the level and then we just tapped it and took off. So I gotta stay neutral here because barely on 78. See if it comes back down to 68 to come test that entry. It's been tough to get entries here during the first 30 or 45 minutes. We just take off. Patience. That's here. This candle closes on a nice 5-minute setup here. This candle closes here off 78. There's nothing wrong with trying to get involved higher because we are trying to get to 75.97. I just hate buying strength, man. I absolutely, you guys know, right? We've talked about this for years. I hate buying strength. Sometimes it's your only option. If they're going to punt this thing to 75.97, they're going to bid the snot out of 78, not let it. Out 1 sec here. 1 sec, just I'm almost done here. It gets loud in here. 1 sec. 1 sec. Oh my god. All right, back again. Sorry, guys. Cleaning up a mess here. This back. All right, there we go. We got right to 88, right at the top of our trading range. I mean, if they punt this thing, we're going to shift up levels here. So we tapped, literally opened the candle, opened that 5-minute bar right on 78.25. Of course, they bid it. We opened a previous 5-minute bar right on our 68.5. Of course, they bid it. There's been no pullback. One time mission to get to 75.97. This long setup here now, that's going to set up here in a minute, they're so sketchy to me. But you do have people that will buy previous day's highs. That's what they're obviously punting this thing over. Now on the tape, is there some decent tape there? Yeah, there's like 3,500 contracts rotated there. They came in there, and that's why they were able to get this thing over. Nothing wrong with looking for it there. Just looking set up. Some decent text there. Just have to see what happens. Could it fail? Yeah. It could come down and just get. I hate buying straight. You guys know me. I always feel like it's chasing, even though I know it can go to 75.97. For me, it's just like, let's get uncomfortable. Find the highs, right? Looking for more highs. Let's just see. There's some good context around 78.25. We'll see if 88 rejects here. We actually get some sort of a pullback, but we might go up to 97 first. We're in the very deepness of our reversal zone here. So there it is. There's the close. And see what happens here on this pullback. Through it. Psych everybody else, or they're going to keep it bid tight here, right at like 85, 84, and just drill it to new highs and not let this thing pull. In Q, what are we doing here? 127. Okay, so we rotated about 20,000 contracts there at 127. We closed over 75 just barely, and they automatically. We're going here. 73 here on the NQ. Going with that. See? You'll have some people that sell 200 here, right? Chart traders. You always see it on the tape. There they are. Pushing the new highs. Look at the bids coming in here on the ES. Everyone's buying breakout after breakout after breakout. 1,100 contracts here, smacking the highs here into 90. See if they can continue. Ran this thing right to 97, then that's going to shift our level. If that's the case, then if 88 holds, well, then we're on our way, right? 76.09 will be next, and then 17. Straight buying here, man. 86 here on the yes. Sorry, guys. We're just a 5-point push away here from shifting up levels here. NQ is almost a 273. Almost at 273 here. NQ, almost there. Just 5 points away here from that 97 target here. And no pullback whatsoever. Just open and drive, dude. It is what it is. We're never in these moves, guys. We don't care about these moves. It does get frustrating when you can't join. But you have the whole rest of the day here, right? But we understand. Obviously, we knew before the bell where the... Right? We'll get to 97 here. We'll shift up levels. Things will open up here to the... we'll finish that rotation. Settle down. I'm going to expect everybody to start selling here in the 97 to like 02. Right? So we'll see what the supply looks like once we'll see. Almost there. Little push away. Almost at 273 here on NQ. Obviously, look above it, push into 300 on NQ, and you could see a look at it there into like 17. usually where they sell it, which is actually where overnight highs are. So let's see if they can actually trade 75.90. If they can't, oh, back down to 78. We got 6 minutes to go here on the open 30. Let's see what happens. Timing sucks here. If this thing comes back down to 78, timing will suck. Right? We try not to take entries 5 minutes left in the 30. But you never know. A lot of times, if time and price doesn't align and it's part of your plan, there's nothing wrong with taking it. Just understand the risks involved on that last 5 minutes of the 30. It'll fall right through and go. Here we go. Timing sucks here, man. Timing really sucks. Let's see. Let's see what happens here. Hold on back, bud. Is it? All right. Here we go. 4.5 left. Let's see if we pound here into 78 here. NQ just shy hitting our 273 there. Big wall of sellers there from 88. Here, trying to see them here at around 245, 250 here on NQ. Pretty typical. There we go. Sorry, guys. Hectic morning here. Yeah, a lot of sellers here. 240 here on the NQ. You can see them coming in here around 88 at our 88 level there on the old ES. Tough area here. We'll see. We'll see if 78 holds here. This is sketchy, man. We'll see. Let's see if this pullback holds here. See if it gets bought right away. If they buy it right away here, they'll set it right back up here and try to march 7 here in this period. So you could just trade this and fall right. 3 minutes. Let's see what happens here. Get down there. I'm sure we'll get it. We'll get real close to it here. 200 there. There you go. Right into NQ. Bye. There's your bid there on NQ. Front ran our 175 level. The bid it right at 100. 7,000 contracts there. We'll see. See next period here. Might be a real sketchy close. This thing right into 78. Dicey. Let's see what happens.
Oh my. It's a party.
Now, also, you got to look at the short setup. 1, 2, 5-minute closes, unable to close over our 88, right? This could possibly be the third 5-minute auction here, unable to close over 88. That does open up rotation down to 68. We're gonna have to see who wins it. We know that the market is trying to get to 75.97.75. So far, the Bulls doing everything right. Even get a pull back to 78. I don't know. We'll have to see next period. They might just open and buy over 88 and send this thing to 97, shift up, and then just chilling. Then we gotta wait. See if a short setup sets off up 97, or if they want to go higher into 7 or 17. So far, no love here on the pullback. Just end bid, right? This usually happens with momentum tape. We can't get a pullback, right? Fairly top heavy here into 88. We'll see if that supply kind of kicks in. Get a rotate. 40 seconds. Ugh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles, 6 5-minute candles of straight buying. You do see a lot of people selling here 250, 260 here on NQ. Or why they want to sell rate. Well, it's in a reversal. This thing's trying to get to. Look at that. You see how they closed it? They closed it right on 88. Literally one tick above 88. 2 seconds left on that candle. See how they do that? See if we can get a pullback here, though. See if we can get through into 78 here, right? Trying to prop a bid here. Or we'll see if 200 bids here like yesterday on the NQ, right? Yesterday we bid 200 all afternoon. We tried to get it. It couldn't get into 175 until later on in the day. Just continued kind of the. So this whole 224 to like 324 here on the NQ. This was our rotational zone yesterday, but it's not today. Really heavily 300 sellers, we go 17, it would fail. We go down to 224, we hit 200, it would bid 200 level. Same spot, man. See here on the ES here into 86 to 84. This is where your current bid is sitting. So let's see if sellers can this thing at all to get into 78. Right now it's being pinned pretty good. This auction sucks, man. Look at how they got a pin here at 86. So these are like 1 minute, 5-minute chart traders buying their little fucking moving averages, right? You can just see it on the tape. The second you can barely pull back from the high, you know who's buying there. Okay, these guys got to get ran out first, right? You got to fail their little spaghetti strings, and then maybe we can get a little bit deeper pullback. Right now, it's a momentum tape. The bid is pinned here really high, really high. Can't get any type of pull. There's just a lot of FOMO. This is what this means for me. Just FOMO on the tape. It's hard to get a fill. You have to be a lot more patient. Just let your limit sit out there for maybe an hour, 2 hours. There we go. NQ just tagged 73. Tagged it perfectly. Busted over those stops. Take it out for a ride. And then we'll see if 300's next. And we'll see if they sell 300. And then see if we look there into around 323. Here goes the S, of course. Not letting us pull back at all. Maximum 5 points. And then bid. And trying to make new highs here and pushing in 97. This is the worst. A full-on non-stop trend price action. Like, I didn't take my first trade yesterday until like we didn't get any type of that and waited and waited. The second half of the day was amazing. It was like plus 5R, plus 6R if you let it play out. But open moves suck for us. Gotta wait. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. All right, 300 sellers are in as expected on the NQ. There they are. See if we can push down here into 224. Obviously, the wick came right off 200 below our level, just like yesterday. Exact same tape as yesterday in this section. So I'll look for repeating price action around the levels. Same. Yes, I'm waiting for a pullback to 78 if we can get it. If we can't, then I'll just let it trade into 97. We'll shift up and we'll see what it wants to do there. Short into 97, but we have to let 97 trade first to see what it's going to do. Now they're closed just above 88 here. First 5 minutes of the 30, barely closed above it. No bid there on 92 currently on this auction. Hopefully it's a little bit. Be nice. Nice to get some retracement. See if we can get at least into 84 here and take a swipe at the bid. See if we look see 78 trade and see. Having a difficult time here. The bid's sitting right at 86 and then it rated 84. So we gotta drop into it here. Oh, there's 224. You? One of the reasons I've been liking the ES will move like a point and a half, 2. We'll get a full 50-point rotation here in the same month. Any questions here so far, guys? Everyone's cool? No one's talking to me here this morning. Okay, bro. Sir. It's tight, right? Yeah. Tight and boring. But it's just being bid high, man. Being bid high. It's hard to pull back here right now, but eventually we'll pull back. But you have to let this open drive situation. You have to let this open drive situation get it out of its system wherever they're going to send it. If it's 97, send it there, right? Get it traded, settle down. It's trying to shift up low. Bidding into our 24. Got some pretty good bids here on the NQ sitting there now. They piled in there above 200. We just traded the level there, 24 and a half, and they just. That's pretty thick there. It's 10, 12,000 contracts there. Gobbled that up. Guess we'll see. One more time. All right. Yeah, I got to turn on the vacuum here. We're in a battle here this morning. One sec, guys. All right, back here. Let's hear this more. Well, we closed right on 84. We just closed that auction right on the 84 bid. Came down there right into our 185 here on NQ. We managed to smash through. We'll see if we can get lower than 84 here. They might just buy right here and send it right back up. Obviously, we're looking for 78 to retrace into. We'll see if we come down to 130 here on the Q. To it, 127. See if we tag 87 here. Or 78. I'm always afraid these longs are just going to get pummeled through. Let's see. There we go. Uh-oh, look out. Here we go. Brrr. What happens here? Down through it here. See how the cell just started to drill down into the well, let's see if this gets bid here. There we go. One and done. Build and profit. Just like that, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom tick fill. There's your 1R. Easy peasy. Who took it in the room? 27 to the tick as well on ES. Thank you. Getting up. That's how it's done, folks. Wait. Apollo boom. Awesome. There we go. I mean, ideally we go from here up to 97, right? As long as we hold 78, but there's nothing wrong just taking your 1 hour trade and just in and out. Irv took it. Amazing. Fucking sick. There we go. There's 2R. Bam. Good job, guys. Well done. Easy peasy, right? All laid out before the bell. Okay. Drive over 78, set up at 78, and then we wait for the market to rotate back to 78, initiate the long on the trigger setup. There's a good setup, and there you go. Immediately bottom ticked entry. Market immediately takes off as soon. Fucking well done. Day's done. You are. All you need. Green ticks. How you doing? That makes sense? I don't know if you were following along there, but you're new here. So hopefully things are starting to click a little bit skis. Now you got a bottom tick there, rated on 127. Remember me saying on the NQ? I said, wow, we could get coming to, yeah, it's all good. Ask questions, bro. This is what I'm here for, right? There's tons of, if you come over to the pro side too, if you like what you see here, there's tons of tutorials. We do Zoom meetings every day too. Right? We do Zoom meetings at the market close every day. So we talk for like an hour, screen share, talk about everything, setups, entries, review everything. Look at that. We're almost at 3R here now. Now this is where they're gonna fucking ram it here to 97. Sorry for swearing. But ask questions. It's really tough to break it down on your own, right? So stay on the free side if you want. It's all good. If you have questions, just fire away. There we go. There's 3R. Yeah, you won't get education. You won't have. I don't go over that on the free side. Yeah, you won't understand levels and level theory and stuff like that. That's all private. It's all good, right? But seeing them in action, that's what I want you to see while you're here. That's all we talk about on the other side. That's our edge, right? Our levels. All good. But if you have any question, I don't hesitate to ask. There's 3R. Now we're going to push this thing into 97 here. This is where they're going to go. So we're looking for bids here past 95. We start bidding past 95. It's going to go. Send it here and shift up. But everybody here, Green Ticks has been here for years. A lot of guys, 3 years. So everyone's well versed. Small group. Let's see what happens. Still, a lot of people want to sell 95. I don't know why. Well, it is our OS here above our last level before we shift up here, but I guess they're trying to front run 7,600. They're trying to beat it. This market is on a mission there. Wanted to get to 78, right? 75, 78 from 74.22. They got it there from 74.78. 97 is next, but the bigger target is upside. It's up at 76.6. I don't know why people will keep fighting this here. Just to keep see if it keeps. I would rather give the bulls a chance here to trade 97, see if we can shift up our levels. But let's see. Bulls got to get it past 95 here first. So just to show you guys, all you got to do is make 1 to 2R a day, right? That's all we really focus on. 3R, perfect, right? But as of now, if you took that trade up for a 2R there up to the next level there into 88.5, that's it. That's your day's done. Right? We let things set up perfectly. We just execute. All we got to do. It's mechanical. Right? There's no guessing. There's no like, what if? Oh, maybe this could happen, or maybe I'll put my stop there, or maybe I'll put my. Or no, you put them right on the level. Wait for it to set up properly as we trained for. Take the entry probability. We know 75% win rate. That 1 to 2R trade. You're Gucci. You're right in that golden zone, right? And they just want to bid 95 here. Let's see. Let's see if they get it. We got 15 minutes here to the close of balance. Let's see if they can get it traded here before 10 o'clock closes. Second, double check rhythm to make sure. Now remember, dealing with trade copiers, once you're done here, rhythmic, go into rhythmic, even though your position is flattened, and go flatten it manually. Rhythmic shows you're flattened. Just make it a part of every trade you take. They're fading 95 here, man. We're having some issues here, but see. Now, what happens if 78 fails? Right? What happens if we can't trade 97 and we get under 78 and fails? Well, we look for rotation back down to 58, and if we continue heavily, we rotate all the way down to 39. Right? So you always have to look at both sides of the auction, the bull case and the bear case, and we always know because it's the level, right? Bulls are in control from here. If this level holds, rotates up to here. If the bears hold this level or get it under this level, that here. No guessing. There's no gray area. I'm talking a lot here. Just trying to make it. All right. Come down to 127 here again. NQ's been looking way more weak than the it's been just looking way stronger. See that? We went right to 273 there on the NQ and sold. Right? We weren't able to get it there up to 304. Barely the top. There was right into 273. Couple points above it. Came in. Oh, where's the bid support? It's right around here, around 3107. Right? See, we just hit our 27 level, pulling up on it. I'll watch here if we hold 27 here in the NQ. Might be a possible dip long here, but they're all going to sell 150 here. They're there. They're sitting right there at 60 here. So, see how this candle closes. It's 27 and gives us a decent hold of it. If not, come back down to 80, baby. Yeah, the NQ's almost done like a full rotation. ES remains bid. Hesitant on long. On the here's just with the real willing to buy it as long as right when you get into 160, 170. Good. Decent close. It's gonna be a red. right on 80. All right, let's see what happens here. Come back down to 78. What are we doing? Sellers coming in. Drop here to 30,100 here. The bid below 27. See if we get into 78 here again. Went in a little bit extra heavy. So sellers here now right at 130 here. They've moved down here. 5. Get in position lower. See if they're able to sell the pops here into if we drop here to 8. Getting pretty drilled here right at 112. So they always sell it like 117. Let's see if it holds. Right there, 117. There it is. What I tell you, to the tick. It's coming down. Crazy how accurate it is when you know what to watch for. You know exactly how where they're going to. So they're going to push this down here to 80. Just probably tag the open print. See if 80. The old NQ skis sold here. See if it can. Here 90. Oh, but let's just see. Sometimes it'll reclaim here and try to drill through stops. And then up. Very heavy here. As soon as you hit 108. They would think ES there at 82. I think they're going to pound. Careful here. Could be going lower. See? I'll watch 80. He just got the open print here as well. Minutes to go here. Save there. Back up to 1. There we go. Another hold there, 78, right? Your supply is sitting right at 84 there. See if we can work through them. You got 100 sellers here, so you're going to see a lot of 100 sellers from 17. Getting heavy here, man. See. Took the long there off 80. You got 1R here off it here on the NQ. Griff took 70 for 5. Awesome. Well done. I'm going to let this 30 close here now. We got 5 minutes left to go. Now, went 2R here on me. So I knew time was getting tight here, but I wanted to try to hold this thing for 73. It looks like it's going to go without me here and not trail. That's okay. Good trade on the board here. Done with the ES here. X account. Now tradify here with the NQ. So resistance here on the NQ here, right around 140. You can see them on the tape. Pretty heavily sold auction here, but good support right into our 30,080, right? This is the level we talked about for the bell ring. Same with 78 here on the ES. It's good fucking fail here, man. I would let this 30 close up. Let it close up. If this thing goes, it's going to drop another 10 points here on the ES. If they hold it, great. We just closed that 5 underneath it. We'll see if they sell it here right away. Careful. Careful here. They might drop down here and go push. Yeah, what I tell you. They go. See if this look below holds here. So let's let the 30 close here. We'll let balance close out. Let's see. Sellers jumping down here. Sell, 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 sell. Look at the delta here. See what I tell you. 253, 247, 230. Drill, 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 drill. Let's see if it recovers here. We'll let the 30 close and we'll see if the 30 closes 78. Gotta see response here. Everyone just sold below 78, right? So everyone just stepped down there on the tape and sold yesterday's highs, right? Right at our level, right? See it on the tape. Who's selling there? People who are selling yesterday's highs. Step down, sell, 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 sell. But if we pull up now on them, okay, now we got some volume traps. See how we're pulling up on them? Let's see how we close. It's all about the close. If the sellers can't get it below here, it'll trigger buying next period. Good session here so far. So we've had some good action here. 95 to 78. But if they close this thing under 78 here, 3.5 minutes, we could see continuation to the downside. The last like 5 minutes here could get nasty if they actually get it here. Let's see. We'll give the Bears a shot here, see if they can do it. If not, remember, under 78 opens up 58.5 rotation. Okay, just want to say that. See if that actually transpires here. Right, Griff? Right, homie? Oh, look at the selling coming in here. Sell, 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 sell. Look at him, drilly. Look at him. Algo's just sell. Drill, baby, drill. Look at that tape there. What'd I tell you? There's 68. I told you that was coming. Told you it was coming. Best tape reader in the business, guys. I can tell you what's going to happen before it happens. I can just tell by the positioning on the tape. There we go. There's 68. This thing may drop all the way to 58. Hoping everybody, if you were long there at 78, you had a chance to get back on that 5-minute auction to pull back to 78.5 exactly, and you had a chance to get out. So stop run. There you go. 58 target here coming up. Look at this. Told you. Hopefully everyone's okay. Thank you here coming down to 880. Look at that. 29,880 in sight. See if we get there. We could bounce here off 58. Let's see what happens. But, you know, ideally market wants to go test balance. I'd love to get a test here of 48 if we can here on the ES. See if we can get down there. You don't want to buy these, right? You want to let this 30 close. Don't buy a knife. Let the auction close and see how it closes. Right? They could just keep drilling. But I tell you, there's 58. Perfect. Go lower. Going to 48.25, and we could get all the way down to 39. We'll see if balance breaks, right? But what triggered the sell there, guys? Why'd they sell it? Who's with me? What happened? What happened right there? Why'd we sell right off our 88 there? There's no wrong answers, man. We sold it because we couldn't trade 75.97. If we can't trade 75.97, our levels don't move up. If levels don't move up, it stays right there, and we are heavily overbought at that point in the market. The algos say, hey, we can't trade 75.97, time to dump it. There it goes, right? Unload risk, dump it down, buy it down to a lower calculated level where they can risk parameters can buy, and they buy it, look to buy it back up. That's why I said we could trade into 58, because that's where price wants to trade from there. And now you're seeing buyers starting to come in here. We'll see if it holds here for next period. One sec here. All right, for everybody watching on YouTube, thank you for watching another extreme detailed tape lesson. If you want to learn more, just hit the link I'm dropping the Discord chat. I'm free. There's a free side there. I'm there all day long, talking with my team. But I hope you enjoyed the balance session again. Great information. You can see I'm calling it before it actually happens. It's insight here. Gotta learn how to read what's happening, understand how they actually. Thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up on the video. Maybe give me a like and subscribe, or drop right in. Come say hi and chat, man. So I'm gonna go back to my team and go hang with them and help. Thanks for watching.